Hari Om. We are currently discussing the fifth module of software engineering course. In our previous video, we have discussed what is software testing, what is the definition for software testing, why software testing is done, what are the two approaches for identifying the errors in software, what do you mean by software under test, who is responsible for testing the software, what is to be tested in a software product, what is the difficulty you face in the software testing, which you call as complete or exhaustive testing. To overcome that, what is the strategy you follow for the testing, etc. In this video, we are going to discuss some of the terminologies that are used in the software testing. We'll be discussing the terminologies like what is an error, what do you mean by a fault, what do you mean by a failure, what do you mean by a test, what is a test case, what do you mean by a test suite, what is verification and validation, such as verification versus validation, what do you mean by alpha, beta and acceptance testing, etc. These are some of the terminologies we will be using in the software testing. In this video, we are going to see what is an error, what is a fault and what is a failure. These are the three terms we will be discussing here. Now, when you take these terminologies are sometimes confusing and they are used interchangeably in the literature and books. Whereas the IEEE has developed some standards for these terms that are used in software engineering. So, all these definitions, what we are going to see here, it is all based on the IEEE standard which is developed by USA. We will start with what is an error. The other term that is used for an error is a bug, or sometimes it is also called as a mistake. An error, a bug or a mistake. They can be used interchangeably. An error is an actual coding mistake that is made by the developer. So whatever mistakes happen in your program code, that is what you call as an error. Something like a syntax error, or it may be some kind of misspecifications. And when you see this error, the error will be propagating from one phase to another with higher severity. So if you don't correct the error in the first phase and if you take the error to the next phase, the severity level will be much higher. So that is why even in our software development lifecycle model, after each phase you can see a review is being done. Why do we do the review? Just to identify the errors, the defects that are available in each and every phase, and we correct these defects and errors, only then it is passed on to the next phase. So whenever you have an error in the coding also, so these errors must be removed immediately. Suppose, say for example, when you are developing a module, if there is an error and when you start integrating this module with another module, obviously the severity level will be much higher. So this is what we have to note in the case of error. Now, whenever there is an error, the error will lead you to one or more faults in the software. So error in two different ways we can represent. It refers to the discrepancy between a computer observed or measured value and the true, specified or theoretically correct value. This can also be called as an error. So what you have expected, what you have computed, they are not matching. There is a discrepancy between what you have computed and what is expected. That can be called as an error. And generally it refers to the human action that results in software containing a defect or fault. So that is why in the previous slide you have seen an error may lead to one or more fault. So that is what is mentioned here. The fault refers to human action, which is an error that results in software containing a defect or a fault. So that is the definition for an error. So whatever human error happens in a program or in a code is what you call as an error or bug. The next term is the fault. The synonym or another term for fault is defect. It is a condition that causes a system to fail in performing its required function. So what you are expecting from that particular function is not performed by the system, then you call it as a fault or defect. So when error exists, obviously you will have fault in that particular system. So a fault can be called as a result of an error which can cause system to fail, or you can say fault is a representation of an error. So generally error happens, or error is is the mistake done by a developer. So whenever if you have a mistake or a bug or an error in a software, the system will not perform the required function. If so, you can say there is a fault in your system or there is a fault in your software. Say for example, if the date is not represented properly in a system, and if you expect your system to check for a date, obviously the system will fail because the representation for a date is misspecified in your software, which you call as an error. Because of that misspecification, what happens? Your system is not accepting a valid date, which can be called as a fault in your system. So if fault is in a source code in your code, then this fault can be called as a bug or an error. So in your code, if you have an error, that can be called as a fault of the source code, and this will be leading you to a defect or fault in the system itself. See, software code error and the system error is otherwise called as the defect or fault. This is what you have to understand here. If you have an error in your code, in your program, then you call it as an error or a bug or a mistake. Whereas if your program is not giving an expected result, it is not performing as you expect, then you call it as a defect in your software system. The next term is failure. The failure occurs when a fault executes. So when there is a fault, your system has not given proper representation for a date, that is an error. Because of that, the validity checking of the date is not happening properly in the system. So when the date is not validated properly, the system will have a failure. That is what you call as failure occurs when a fault executes. So it is, or you can say the failure is the inability of a system or component to perform a required function according to its specification. So your specification says that you need day, month and year. But you have specified the day, month and year in your wrong representation such as month, day and year, which you have not specified to the user. So obviously you have not validated the date. If so, it becomes an inability of your system or a component to perform the required function according to its specifications. Or if your system is deviating from the expected output, you are expecting the calculated percentage for a particular item, calculated percentage for a particular item, but you see the percentage is completely deviating from the expected output, then you call it as a failure of your system. So your failure may be caused by functional or performance factors. Functional factor, for example, the function what you have written is not calculating it properly, or performance factor, maybe the system is not performing up to the mark. Based on that, a failure may be caused. So a fault, if you have a fault in your system, obviously it will lead you to many failures in the system. Now, it is possible that a failure may occur but not be detected. This is also possible. There is a failure in the system but it may not be detected by the end user. Failure occurs when fault exists in the system, which is already mentioned in the previous slide. A particular fault may cause different failures depending on how it has been exercised. This is one important point that we have to note. One fault may cause different failures depending on how it has been exercised. So based on the fault, how this fault is treated in your system, how this fault is executed in your system, how the fault is exercised in your system, depending on that, different failures may occur. So one fault may lead to many different failures, but all these failures depends on how this fault is treated by the system. So some of the implications of these definitions of error, fault and failure. One is presence of an error implies that a failure must have occurred. So if there is an error, you can understand a failure must have occurred. And the observance of a failure implies that a fault must be present in the system. However, the presence of a fault does not imply that a failure must occur. The presence of a fault in a system only implies that a fault has a potential to cause a failure to occur. Observe here, the presence of a fault does not imply that a failure must occur. So there is a fault, but the fault is executed properly, exercised properly, and that may not lead you to the failure. But on the other hand, the presence of a fault in the system only implies that a fault has a potential to cause a failure. So if the fault is there in the system, there is a possibility of having a failure. That is what you have to understand. So if there is an error, the error leads you to a fault. And if a fault is present in the system, it will lead you to a failure. So the most important thing is remove all the bugs, remove all the errors from the software source code so that you will not have any fault which will not lead you to any failure. So this is the point that we have to understand in the terms error, fault and failure. We will discuss the test cases and test suite in the next video. Thank you.